So we are almost finishing the first canto, the last chapter. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya. Narancheva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim
Saraswati
Saraswati
Vyasam
Tato Jayam Udiraye.
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 19, Text 16 onwards.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Om Gnanatirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So chapter 19, the appearance of Shukadeva Goswami. It's coming like this. Just a minute. I think I'll properly share. It's not sharing properly. Why it is coming like that? No. Yeah, now it's better. A few verses before yesterday. After all the rishis and others had seated themselves comfortably, Okay, before that, so all the rishis, now Parishit Maharaj, the background is renounced his kingdom. He has come to the bank of Yamuna, and having heard this news, all the great sages, all the great personalities all over the universe, they have now come. So they have come, and Parishit Maharaj from his turn is receiving them appropriately. After all the rishis and others had seated themselves comfortably, the king, humbly standing before them with folded hands, told them of his decision to fast until death. The fortunate king said, "Indeed, we are the most grateful of all the kings who are trained to get favors from the great souls. Generally, you sages consider royalty as refuse to be rejected and left in a distant place. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the controller of both the transcendental and mundane worlds, has graciously overtaken me in the form of a Brahmana's curse. Due to my being too much attached to family life, the Lord, in order to save me, has appeared before me in such a way that only out of fear I will detach myself from the world. O Brahmanas, just accept me as a completely surrendered soul, and let Mother Ganges, the representative of the Lord, also accept me in that way. For I have already taken the lotus feet of the Lord into my heart. Let the snake bird or whatever magical thing the Brahmana created bite me at once. I only desire that you all continue singing the deeds of Lord Vishnu." I think we have to continue from here, 16 to 30. So that is supposed to be today's content. So I heard you are all chanting the 16th verse when I joined. Punascha bhuyat bhagavatyanante rati prasangash chatad ashrayeshu mahatsu yamyam upayami srishtim maitri astu sarvatra namo dvijebhyaha. So Parikshit Maharaj received the sages, then he's addressing the sages, he's expressing himself, saying here, again offering obeisances unto all of you Brahmanas. I pray that if I should again take my birth in the material world, I will have complete attachment to the unlimited Lord Krishna, association with his devotees, and friendly relations with all living beings. So Parikshit Maharaj welcomed the reverse situation that came. It was a curse for no fault of his. So, and the curse that he will die within 7 days, such a severe repercussion for something which just happened without his any conscious. He was not conscious of what happened. It was all under the arrangement of the internal energy of the Lord. Just like we are under the external energy of the Lord, our activities are happening under the modes. But pure devotees, personalities like Parikshit Maharaj, are never under the external energy. They are always under the internal energy. So the Lord wanted to call him back. The Lord sent him for a purpose in this world, to be his messenger, to be his representative. So having accomplished, the Lord wanted him back. So the Lord arranged, and even during his return back to home, back to Godhead, the Lord wanted the Bhagavatam to come, to manifest, because Bhagavatam is always there, but the Lord wanted a situation, to create a situation. He created a situation for Arjuna, and then we had the Bhagavad Gita available to us. Similarly, the Lord wants now even Bhagavatam should come out. The Lord wants, and he's selecting, the Lord is arranging everything, the situation. And that was how Parikshit Maharaj was cursed. And Parikshit Maharaj welcomed it. So he understood it is a plan of the Lord. He was not lamenting, he was not cursing, nothing. He just accepted it as a mercy of the Lord. So he was fully surrendered to the Lord and understood the plan of the Lord. So he accepted, he welcomed it. And now he's asking, the situation, though he's fully qualified. So he's saying that even if suppose I have to take birth again. So that's what even Lord Chaitanya tells us, the highest philosophy, the highest understanding is that not even to desire liberation. Of course, in our conditioned state, we are so much harassed by our senses, we are so much harassed by our modes. We feel, oh, if I can be relieved from this, if I can get liberated, we feel like that. But for pure devotees who are already always liberated, who are ever liberated, they don't desire even liberation. That's what we can see. Lord Chaitanya, as he says, Nada, what is that? Nadhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmanishware bhavatad bhaktir ahetuki tvai. So bhavatad bhaktir ahetuki tvai. So na janam na dhanam na sundarim. So Krishna, Lord Chaitanya says janmani janmani. Janmani means birth after birth after birth. That means in the material world only, again coming and coming, birth, death, disease, old age, birth, death, going on. Punarapi janam, punarapi maranam. So Lord Chaitanya said, I don't mind. Janmani. But bhavatad bhaktir haituki tvai. Your unalloyed devotional service, if I can have. So same thing, all the pure devotees are of the same standard. So Parikshit Maharaj is praying the same thing here, that even if I should again take birth in this material world, I don't mind, but I should have complete attachment to the unlimited Lord Krishna. Complete attachment. So he's asking for that complete attachment. He's asking for the complete, that pure devotional service and association with his devotees and friendly relations with all living beings. So there's beautiful purport by Srila Prabhupada. So the Prabhupada begins the purport saying that a devotee of the Lord is the only perfect living being is explained herein by Maharaj Parikshit. So only perfect living being. So the devotee of the Lord is the only perfect living being. So in the material world, there are so many living beings. So many human population. How much now? 7 billion, 8 billion, 8 billion maybe now. So of that, the 8 billion human beings, or in the material world, we can count upper planets, lower planets, other living beings, everything. So who is the only perfect living being? It's a devotee. In the spiritual world, all are devotees. All inhabitants of the spiritual world are pure devotees. They're all perfect living beings. But in the material world, whoever is a devotee, he is the only perfect living being. Because, as he explained here, he has this perfect dealing with everybody. It's very nicely shared. Srila Prabhupada's purport. Prabhupada says, so a devotee keeps company with other devotees. Birds of the same feather flock together. So the devotees like to be amongst the devotees. They don't like the association of non-devotees. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told us the activities of the devotees. Asat Sangha Tyaga Yei Vaishnava Achara. So Asat Sangha, to give up association of Asat and be in the association. So Srila Prabhupada is saying it's not that devotees, when they don't associate with devotees, that means they are envious of the devotees. No, it is not that they are envious of the devotees, envious of the non-devotees rather. They are definitely friendly to the devotees. They want the association of devotees. But non-devotees, when they avoid them, it is not that they are envious. There's no question of envy. There's no question of jealousy. There's no question of anything. But they want to keep themselves on the pure devotional path. So to keep themselves, they want to be in the association of devotees. And a nice example is given in the purport that just like a son, an obedient son or obedient child, so automatically whatever the activity the obedient son or the child does, even in relationship with the other brothers, other sisters, it is in such a way to please the Lord. So similarly, Srila Prabhupada says, a devotee of the Lord naturally wants other rebellious children of the Lord in this material world to also become devotees. So that way is obedience to the Supreme Father. Krishna is the Supreme Father. So we are all his children. So a devotee is a perfect son, perfect child of the Lord. So he wants that everybody else also comes back to the lotus feet of the Lord. So they endeavor for that. That's why it is said they maintain friendly relations with all living beings. Friendly relations. And they're the real well-wisher. Srila Prabhupada's signs, when you see Prabhupada's signature, your ever well-wisher. So he's the real friend. Being a representative of the Lord, the Acharya, the founder Acharya, he says he always pens that. Your ever well-wisher. Your ever well-wisher. So he's the truly well-wisher, true well-wisher. So as Lord Krishna is Surudam Sarvabhutana, similarly, his pure devotee is also the real friend, real well-wisher. So, Parikshit Maharaj is asking for this. He asking for this. He already led his life like this. The whole life, whatever he has led now, up until this point now, he was a Rajarshi. He perfectly ruled the earth after Yudhishthir Maharaj. So he perfectly ruled the earth. And when the situation came, when the Kali Purusha that we heard a few chapters before, Kali Purusha was trying to kill the bull and cow. So we saw his personality. So he was about to punish Kali personified. He protected the Dharma Purusha, protected the Mother Earth. He protected Dharma. And to establish that, he said, it is said he rooted out all the vices in his kingdom, even saw that there is no small loophole anywhere. He saw that there is no place for Kali to flourish. So he did all that. So he was already in this platform. He already lived in this life in this platform. But again, he's saying, suppose it is that I have to again come back. As a devotee, is very, very humble. Actually, he's fully qualified, more than qualified to go back to Godhead. And he has descended from there. He's just going back. But still, he's feeling that I am not so qualified. And being not so qualified, I may have to take birth. But doesn't matter. If I have to take birth, it doesn't matter. So let me be in a position to again continue my devotional service. Let me be in a position wherein I can have attachment to the unlimited Lord Krishna. Second one, I can have continued association with the devotees of the Lord. Third one, I will have friendly relations with all living beings. So he's praying that. He's praying that his situation, the particular the pure devotional situation, whatever is, it continues. It continues. So it doesn't mind any situation, any place, any planet, it doesn't mind. So of course, we should be for us. The main thing always Srila Prabhupada writes, back home, back to Godhead, back home, back to Godhead. So we cannot artificially in this way pray, the saying that it doesn't matter, wherever I live, it is fine, wherever I may take birth. No, we are not in that situation. So it is the position of a very exalted devotees who have achieved perfection or situated in the perfectional stage. They naturally pray like this. They naturally express their feelings like this. But for us always it is said, better leave this place, better go back home, back to Godhead. This is a rotten place. This is not a place for gentlemen. This is the teaching for us, the Acharyas say. But for an exalted Acharya, this is his position. For them, it doesn't matter. Wherever, Jivova, Marova, whether they live, whether they die, whatever, doesn't matter. So Parikshit Maharaj is on that standard, is on that platform. So next we can continue further. Text 17. Itisma rajadya vasaya yuktaha prachina muleshu kusheshu dhiraha udanmukho dakshina kula aste samudra patnya swasuta nyasta bharaha. So here Ganga Devi, she is referred to as Samudra Patni, wife of the ocean. Then in perfect self-control, Maharaj Parikshit sat down on a seat of straw with straw roots facing the east, placed on the southern bank of the Ganges, and himself placed the north. Just previously, he had given charge of his kingdom over to his son. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, facing the north is still more favorable for attaining spiritual success. Direction-wise, Acharya is saying. Anyway, Hare Krishna, we can chant in any way, any direction, any place, any nana niyamena kala that is there for chanting Hare Krishna. Although still it is said, facing the north is still more favorable for attaining spiritual success. But otherwise, Hare Krishna mantra, Lord Chaitanya has given Namna Makari Bauda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpitanya Smaranena Kala. So there are no hard and fast rules. So many this, that. So sometimes Srila Prabhupada does mention what is helpful, what is auspicious, but may not be possible all the time. Doesn't matter. So the chanting Hare Krishna, trying to chant offenselessly, that will take care of everything. Evam च तस्मिन् नरदेव देवे प्रायोपविष्टे दिवि देव संगा प्रशस्य भूमो व्यकिरन् प्रसूनैर् Muda muhur dundubayascha neduhu. Thus the king Maharaj Parikshit sat to fast until death. All the demigods of the higher planets praised the king's actions and in pleasure continually scattered flowers over the earth and beat celestial drums. So Srila Prabhupada's nice purport is there. So Maharaj Parikshit, when he decided to fast until death and he coronated his son Janamejaya, so the news went to higher planets. So Srila Prabhupada is telling that is how there was interplanetary communication. Even up to the time of Maharaj Parikshit, there were interplanetary communications. And the news of Maharaj Parikshit's fasting unto death to attain salvation reached the higher planets in the sky where the intelligent demigods lay. Yes, like now we have our technology, we have our whatever news channel we have, wherever whatever happens on the earth, any corner we come to know and all that. So much more developed than that, much more subtler than that. Even other planets, the Devatas, it is said, they take note. Of course, here also, we know the politics, the sport, the world, the news of the world. It's a dead news. So even though it's available, we will not switch on our TV, or we should not, as devotees, we should not scroll through the mobile, all this Grame Katha. Okay, something minimum we should know, minimum things what are going on, but otherwise we waste our time unnecessarily in these things. So Devatas, they also like that. They will not take care hear of small news, but the news of Parikshit Maharaj's decision to give up his kingdom, it was so big news. It was news all over the universe. So it was news all over the universe, and that's how all the sages, great sages, they came. And now even the Devatas, so they may not have come personally to be in the assembly, but it is said they understood, they recognized, and what they are doing from their planets, higher planets in the skies, they are pouring flowers. They are pouring flowers. They are playing kettle drums. So they are like they are just what you can say, glorifying Parikshit Maharaj. Oh, what a great personality! What a great devotee! So they are recognizing that. So it is said very nicely, Srila Prabhupada purport, that there is an invisible chain of cooperation. At the last, if you see, there is an invisible chain. There is an invisible chain of cooperation, complete cooperation between the Lord, the demigods, and the devotee of the Lord on earth. So all we have to do is become a pure devotee of the Lord. It is said the Devatas will recognize it. The Devatas will bless us. So it is not that they become angry. They like be here. Once in a while, it may happen, like Indra in the Govardhana Giri pastime. Otherwise, Indra is not a foolish person doing mistakes like that. It's one-off instance. It happened. But otherwise, all the Devatas, they are all devotees of the Lord. There is one line here where Prabhupada says, in the upper planets, all are devotees. Where was that line here? There is no one in the heavenly planets who is an atheist or non-believer. That is the standard of the upper planet systems. Here, earthly planet, even myself, I was a non-devotee. Even now, I'm still trying to become a devotee. But the point is, material, the earthly planet, Kali Yuga, mostly people are non-devotees. Mostly people are atheists. So, but it is said here, in the upper planets, there is no one in the heavenly planets who is an atheist or a non-believer. They're all devotees. And of course, maybe they may not be in the completely 100% pure devotees, but definitely much more advanced than us. They're having taken birth there, having gotten the association of great sages there. That position they have achieved by the mercy of the Lord. So they are much advanced. So they naturally, devotees, to see other devotees, they become happy. So the Devatas, it is said here, they were happy that Parikshit Maharaj is now preparing himself to go back home, back to Godhead. A demigod takes pleasure in seeing someone go back to Godhead. He is always pleased with the devotee of the Lord, so much so that by his Adidaivic powers, he may help the devotees in all respects. Very nice lines Srila was telling. So even they will help us. The Devatas will help us. They will help us by their Adidaivic powers. So what we have to do is just continue our devote service. We have to become pure devotees. That's all. That's all we have to do. Everybody, all backing is there for us. The Lord is there. The Lord's assistants, Devatas, are also with us. a very nice purport. Next text 19. Maharshayo vai samupagataye prashasya sadviti anumodamana uchu prajanugraha shila sara yaduttama shloka gunabi rupam. All the great sages who were assembled there also praised the decision of Maharaj Parikshit, and they expressed their approval by saying, very good. Naturally, the sages are inclined to do good to common men, for they have all the qualitative powers of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, they were very much pleased to see Maharaj Parikshit, a devotee of the Lord, and they spoke as follows. So the sages again, after hearing Parikshit Maharaj saying that I will continue like this, and accept me as I surrendered to you, and then if I have to take birth, let me take birth. So hearing these statements, they're like very, very happy about how great the Parikshit Maharaj. In fact, I heard a lecture where Srila Prabhupada disciple Guruji Prabhu was saying, the Devatas, they came, or the sages rather, they came to take the association of Parikshit Maharaj. Of course, there are many, many great sages who are perfect, liberated personalities. There are incarnations of the Lord and all that. But otherwise, many of them, they came here. Now, Parikshit Maharaj is telling, I'm very happy that you have come. You have come to give me associations. You continue chanting the glories of the Lord. That is okay. But many of those sages, they came to take association of Parikshit Maharaj, because Parikshit Maharaj is now going to leave the world. He's no longer will be available for them, and he's going to question. Shukadev Goswami, and Shukadev Goswami is going to speak Bhagavatam. So they have come for association. It's very nice. So they were very happy. They said, very good. They are encouraging. They are congratulating Parikshit Maharaj. This is also a nice purport. Every purport is very nice in this. The devotional service of the Lord is so auspicious that all demigods and sages, up to the Lord himself, become pleased with the devotee, and therefore the devotee finds everything auspicious. All inauspicious matters are removed from the path of a progressive devotee. Meeting all the great sages at the time of death was certainly auspicious for Maharaj Parikshit, and thus he was blessed by the so-called curse of a Brahmana's boy. So a curse has become a blessing. Navaidam Rajarshi Varya Chitram Bhavatsu Krishnam Samanuvrateshu Ye Adhyasanam Raja Kirita Jushtam Sadyo Jahur Bhagavat Parshva Kama. The sages said, O chief of all the saintly kings of the Pandu dynasty, who are strictly in the line of Lord Sri Krishna, it is not at all astonishing that you give up your throne, which is decorated with the helmets of many kings, to achieve eternal association with the personality of Godhead. So when they heard this firm determination of Parikshit Maharaj, he just gave it up like that. He just gave up his whole imperial throne. It is like lifetimes we can keep dreaming. Oh, like if I can achieve a position like that, if I can become an emperor of the world, if I can control all the living entities like that. So he had such a position, such an imperial position. He just gave it up like that. So with about what is about whom? About Bharat Maharaj also it is said. Bharat Maharaj, when he renounced the world, he renounced it like Malavat, like we pass stool, we pass stool and urine. So are we concerned about it? Of course, it is our own bodily part, our own tissues, our own whatever cells, whatever everything. So we are excreting, but then we are not attached, we are not bothered, we are not even thinking about it. So it is said. Similarly, Bharat Maharaj, in that stage of realization, he left this kingdom, imperial kingdom. Similarly, our Parikshit Maharaj is doing that here. He just left it like that. Just left everything like that. So they are saying it is not astonishing. For a personality like Parikshit Maharaj, it's not astonishing. Because they are pure devotees of the Lord. They're perfectly knowledge, understanding. Material world is very, very glamorous, very, very glittering for us. The Maya is like, how I can live, my position, how I can live my this, that, or whatever I have. But we want to hold on. We don't have much. Sometimes it is said, a pauper is proud of his penny. That also happens. We may not have anything. Whatever little things we are like attached to them. So it happens. Not only that somebody is having things, he is attached. Somebody is not having anything, still he may be attached. So it is like that. So Parikshit Maharaj, he had so many things. He had everything, whatever we can desire. Dhana, Jana, Sundari, Sri, everything, whatever we can desire. Everything he had, Parikshit Maharaj. But he was not at all attached to them and just gave it up like that. Just gave it. So Prabhupada nicely purport telling, foolish politicians who hold political administrative posts think that the temporary posts they occupy are the highest material gain of life. And therefore, they stick to those posts even up to the last moment of life. So nobody wants to take retirement. Of course, retirement is there. At least they have retirement in some offices, in some jobs, or government service, or even private service. Sometimes they give a retirement. After 60, government maybe 57 years, 60 years, they have raised the age bar. But some other private agency may say, okay, you come till 65 years, 70 years. So they may also have age bar. But politicians, they have no age bar. They are 80 years, they are 85 years, they are 90 years, they are 95 years. Still, sometimes people are sticking to politics. There is no retirement. They don't want to retire. The power is like that. They're tasting that rasa, so they cannot give up that rasa. So Maya has so many rasas. So this power, that rasa is what is there. That is not so easy to give up that rasa. No, not like that. So Parikshit Maharaj was not a foolish person like that. Foolish. It's due to foolishness. It's due to ignorance. And there is a beautiful prayer by Prahlad Maharaj. Here quoted. Prahlad Maharaj, while praying to Lord Narasimhadev, said, "O my Lord, I am very much afraid of the materialistic way of life, and I am not the least afraid of your present ghastly, ferocious feature as Narasimhadeva. This materialistic way of life is something like a grinding stone, and we are being crushed by it. We have fallen into the horrible whirlpool of the tossing waves of life. And thus, my Lord, I pray at your lotus feet to call me back to your eternal abode as one of your servitors. This is the summit liberation of this materialistic way of life. I have very bitter experience of the materialistic way of life. In whichever species of life I have taken birth, compelled by the force of my own activities, I have very painfully experienced two things, namely separation from my beloved and meeting with what is not wanted. And to counteract them, the remedies which I undertook were more dangerous than the disease itself. So I drift from one point to another, birth after birth. And I pray to you, therefore, to give me a shelter at your lotus feet." So this is Prahlad Maharaj's prayer. So Prahlad Maharaj is comparing this material way of life we are living to a grinding stone. So grinding stone, what happens in grinding stone? Everything be crushed. Put anything grinding stone, any grains, anything, whatever, it comes out as a powder. So similarly, in the material world, we are living in this material world, we are being crushed. We are being crushed. Maya is just making a nice chutney out of us. So we are ground nicely. And also it is said, just like whirlpool of the tossing waves of life, whirlpool, tossing waves, the waves are tossing up and down, up and down, up and down. So sometimes we are rising, sometimes we are, that example is given. What is that example given? Previously, kings used to give punishment to criminals. They used to take a criminal, whoever is a criminal, into the middle of the river, and there they used to take his head and put him inside the water. And it is said, in the water, what will happen? They get suffocated. And in that suffocation, almost about to lose life, then immediately taken out of the water. So yes, sometimes we feel gasping for breath, we feel relieved. Then again, the person, the criminal, again is pushed inside, again the hand. Similarly, our position in this material world is like this. But somehow we are not able to see. We are seeing, Pashyan api na pashyati, but we are not able to see. We are not able to see. So we are seeing, if we see any newspaper, anything, hear any news, how much so many things are happening, so many tragic things are happening. Why it cannot happen to me? What I'm so special about? Am I so a special being? I also deserve the same end or much more than that maybe, but it doesn't strike us. I feel I'm saying something special. So actually, our life in this world is very, very precarious, very, very precarious. Nicely, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, it's like a grinding stone. It's like tossing waves of life. Horrible whirlpool. Whirlpool. What will happen? Whirlpool. Everything will be just sucked inside. Whatever. It was just sucked inside. Something I was hearing, some Russian boat somewhere. It was going on that whatever Arctic Ocean, whatever. At one place, the signals, what they will have the communication outside, whatever. So suddenly, the whole communication of the not a small boat, big ship, it went off, and the ship was like sucked inside the ocean. So such like that forces are there in the material world, whatever can happen. So our life every moment is like that. It is padam padam yad vipadam na tesham. Somehow that realization is away from us. And then Prahlad Maharaj is saying two things we are experiencing in all life, every birth. One is separation from my beloved. So we develop attachments. So I'm having developed attachments, but we have to give up the attachment. We have to give up the person. Either the person goes from us, or we we have to go away from our beloved. Whatever, my beloved wife, beloved children, beloved whatever family, beloved friends, whoever. Either I give up, or they will give me. So separation from beloved and meeting with what is not wanted. So we don't want so things to happen. So many things. We want everything permanent. Basically we want to be permanent. We don't want anything to be lost. We want permanent house, we want permanent job, we want permanent. But this world is temporary. So whatever we do, it will be finished. It will be gone. My money, my bank balance, my house, my name, my whatever I have developed will go away. And then I will be nobody again. Next birth, I don't know where I will be, what I will be. So this is going on life after life. And not only that, Prahlad Maharaj is telling to counteract them, the remedies which I undertook were more dangerous than the disease itself. Disease, like sometimes diseases come. So diseases come, what we do, we go to a doctor, we tell that doctor will give us some medicine, some injection, something. Sometimes that remedy, that medicine itself, yo, better I should have suffered the disease. Why I went to this doctor, and why I am taking this such kind of a medicine, such kind of a treatment, this treatment itself is so dangerous. Sometimes they say people, we hear, I don't know how far it is true, how far it is this one. Sometimes this particularly the heart ailments, the people, the cardiologists, they do this whatever their analysis, their tests, and they suggest that your heart is 50% blocked, 75% blocked, 80% blocked. And sometimes after that, the patients go to that open heart surgery and things like that. And some people I have seen who have said the pain after that is so much better. I should not have undertaken that operation. Better whatever before I had, it would have continued, and maybe if I'm dead also, it's better. So sometimes some treatments are there, some so-called remedies are there, which becomes even more painful than the disease itself. So it's not only for the disease, it is said here, material way of life is like that. Material way of life, we are trying to patch up. We are trying to do so much patchwork. Okay, this is the problem. Okay, I will do this. This is the problem. I will do this. No, it will not help. These patchworks will not help. We have to understand the root cause of a problem is my averseness to Krishna. So my lack of Krishna consciousness is the only problem that I have in this world. There is no scarcity in this world. Myself, there is no scare for nothing. No. Krishna has arranged everything. So what I don't have is I don't have my Krishna consciousness. So we should endeavor, we should understand this is the solution. And we should very eagerly, enthusiastically, utsaha, nishchaya, dhairya, tat karma pravartana, sangatyaga, sato vrute, shadvid bhakti prasidyati. So that is the only way. That is the only way. So what Prahlad Maharaj is praying, so I drift from one point to another, birth after birth, and I pray to you, therefore, to give me a shelter at your lotus feet. So that is the only way. There is no other way. There is no other remedy. So it is said, Parikshit Maharaj came in the line of the Pandavas. So he was just continuing that lineage. They were all of the Pandava kings who are more than many saints in the world, knew the bitter results of the materialistic way of life. They were never captivated by the glare of the material, of the imperial throne they occupied. And they sought always the opportunity of being called by the Lord to associate with him eternally. So just like Yudhishthir Maharaj, Pandavas, they walked back home, back to Godhead. So like that, even Parikshit Maharaj is now getting ready. He's going back home, back to Godhead. Sarve vayam tavad ihasmahe ata kalevaram yavadaso vihaya lokam param virajaskam vishokam yasyati alam bhagavata pradhanaha. So the sages are saying, we shall all wait here until the foremost devotee of the Lord, Maharaj Parikshit, returns to the supreme planet, which is completely free from all mundane contamination, all kinds of lamentation. So very nice, I heard. So what we do, sometimes we hear somebody is dying, we go as a courtesy call. We go. We don't, particularly myself, I don't have any such feelings, seeing others suffering, again feeling for their response. So we go sometime. Oh, you are suffering, or you are in the whatever disease like this, or lying in the deathbed. We go as a courtesy call. I go as a courtesy call and I come back. But actually, the sages have not come here like a courtesy call. And then we go there also, we meet the person, we say, then I am busy, I have some that appointment, that work pending, so I have to go. And we run away. Because I'm not actual real well-wisher of a person. But the sages who have come here, they're waiting. They have come to Parikshit Maharaj and they're ready to wait till the leaves the body. So it is not that just they came, okay, they heard some news, and previously Parikshit Maharaj had done some favor to them. So to return that favor, they have come now. No, they have not come for that. They are, in fact, as we were saying, they have come for his association one way. Parikshit Maharaj, such a great devotee, and also to give him association. They are also, many of them are like Narada, Vyasa, and all are there. So great personalities, incarnations of the Lord, Parshurama, they are all there. They have all come. So whichever way, they have come to take association, they have to come to give association. Matchitta, Madgata Prana, Bodhayanta Parasparam, Katentascha Mam Nityam, Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. That is the way of the life of the devotees. They associate with each other. So they are saying, we will wait. So until the time Parikshit Maharaj, he goes back to God. And nice purport, Srila Prabhupada is explaining, there are so many planets in the spiritual world, and he's naming them. Purushottama Loka, Achyuta Loka, Trivikrama Loka, Rishikesha Loka. Like we have India, Africa, America, USA, Russia, England. So these are all countries, these are all names we have created, and these are all finished. But those planets in the spiritual world, they are permanently there. Purushottama Loka, Achyuta Loka, Trivikrama Loka, Rishikesha Loka, Keshava Loka, Aniruddha Loka, Madhava Loka, Pradyumna Loka, Sankarshana Loka, Sridhara Loka, Vasudeva Loka, Ayodhya Loka, Dwaraka Loka, and many other millions of spiritual lokas. So just Prabhupada has given us some 10-15 names here. Prabhupada is telling millions of lokas are there. And unfortunate, we are not qualified to be in even one of those lokas. We are rotting in this material world somewhere. So this loka is temporary loka, but our position, deservingly, we have been put here. So it is said, amongst all those lokas, the topmost loka is Goloka. Goloka namni nijadamni talecha tasya devi mahesha haridama suteshu teshu. So Parikshit Maharaj was destined to go to the topmost loka, even amongst those Vaikuntha lokas, because he is a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. The other forms of the Lord, they associate with the Lord in the innumerable Vaikuntha planets, and the Lord in his personal original form of Krishna. So Parikshit Maharaj is from that party, that entourage. So he's just trying to go to the topmost planet. So that also Prabhupada is explaining it. And Srila Prabhupada is telling, very nice purport. All of them consulted among themselves about the great departure of the great king. And they wanted to see him up to the last moment, because they would no more be able to see such a great devotee of the Lord. When a great devotee of the Lord passes away, there is nothing to be lamented, because the devotee is destined to enter into the kingdom of God. But the sorry plight is that such great devotees leave our sight, and therefore there is every reason to be sorry. As the Lord is rarely to be seen by our present eyes, so also are the great devotees. The great rishis therefore correctly decided to remain on the spot till the last moment, last second. They're ready. They have come, and no arrangements. They have not made any arrangements. Now we are going to Yatra. So many arrangements, so much. Oh, what whether this, how it will be, how that will be, where this is done, where that is not done. There's so many we are thinking, we are planning, we are. So many sages have not planned anything. They have just come like that, and just they heard the news. They came there, and they are not in any need. Like we have so many demands. It should be like this. It should be hot water, geyser should be there. This building should be like that. Food should be like that. Travel should be like that. So many things we have. So the great sages have no demands. So they have come, and they're ready to wait till the last moment, Parikshit Maharaj. So, but only thing they are feeling now, we will not be able to have this association. So it is said, it's also again a lamentation, because we will not be able to see the just like we're not able to see the Lord, we're not able to see those great devotees again. So we missed Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada's disciples are very fortunate. So they all could see Prabhupada. They all could take personal instruction from Great Acharya Prabhupada. So many things like that. But anyway, we are fortunate to meet Srila Prabhupada's disciples as his grand disciples. So that much fortune at least we have now. We are not fortunate to meet Lord Chaitanya, but Lord Chaitanya's mission. So we are, as Lord Chaitanya said, every town and village it will be said. And 10,000 years is golden age. The Lord Chaitanya's mercy is there. So that way we are connected to Lord Chaitanya. So we are not fortunate that we are part of that this one way directly, but in another way indirectly we are at least some way fortunate. Yeah. आश्रित्य तदृषिगण वचः परीक्षित समम मदुच्युत गुरुचाव्यलीकम अभाषतैनान अभिनंद्य युक्तान शुश्रूषमानस charitani Vishnu. All that was spoken by the great sages was very sweet to hear, full of meaning and appropriately presented as perfectly true. So after hearing them, Maharaj Parikshit, desiring to hear of the activities of Lord Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, congratulated the great sages. So the discussion is very sweet, very cordial, very gentle, the dealings, the sages and the great King Parikshit Maharaj. And Srila Prabhupada's purport translation into English also, that is also very, very sweet, very, very madhura. Samagata sarvata eva sarve veda yatha murti dhara stri prishte nehata namutra nachakaschanartha rite paranu graham atmashilam. The king said, "O great sages, you have all very kindly assembled here, having come from all parts of the universe. You are all as good as the supreme knowledge personified, who resides in the planet above the three worlds, Satyaloka. Consequently, you are naturally inclined to do good to others, but for this, you have no interest either in this life or in the next." So we can understand the caliber of the sages who have come. Parikshit Maharaj is recognizing these great sages. They were not ordinary people. They were not souls of Kali Yuga. They were very advanced living entities, advanced in the mode of goodness. And it is explanation is there in Satyaloka. They're all liberated also. Many of them are already liberated. They've crossed beyond the mode of goodness. They've crossed the Maya completely. They've crossed. The human being on earth are situated at the beginning of the intermediate worlds. But living beings like Brahma and the contemporaries live in the upper worlds, of which the topmost is Satyaloka. In Satyaloka, the inhabitants are fully cognizant of Vedic wisdom, and thus the mystic cloud of material energy is cleared. Therefore, they are known as the Vedas personified. Such persons, being fully aware of knowledge, both mundane and transcendental, have no interest in either the mundane or transcendental worlds. They are practically desireless devotees. In the mundane world, they have nothing to achieve, and in the transcendental world, they are full in themselves. Then why do they come to the material world? Then why do they come to the mundane world? They descend to different planets as messiahs by the order of the earth, order of the Lord, to deliver the fallen souls. On the earth, they come down and do good to the people of the world in different circumstances under different climatic influences. They have nothing to do in this world, save and accept, reclaim the fallen souls, rotting in material existence, diluted by material energy. So we are actually rotting in the material existence. We somehow don't feel, we feel very, I'm very happy, I'm very comfortable. My life, like, it will go on like this, it will go on eternally like this. So we used to hear that at the end of the cinema films as children we used to see. So they lived happily ever after. So like that we also think we will live happily ever after. Like, no, there is no ever after living here. So we are rotting in this material existence. Somehow, what to do? We are not able to experience this. So I heard an example. So the Prabhuji was saying, rotting. Rotting means, suppose I don't take bath. Now I've taken bath, so somehow little feeling, whatever freshness, little. If I don't take bath, 1 day, 2 day, 5 day, 10 day, 1 month, 2 months, 5 months, what will happen? My whole body will be stinking, and anybody who comes to meet me, they will also, wow, what obnoxious smell. So our body is actually like that. That is the position of the body. Somehow we soak nicely, do this, do that, and we keep it this. Otherwise, the whole body is obnoxious, and the whole body will rot also. So, and we are rotting. Our whole existence is a rotten existence, rotting in the material existence. So, Parikshit Maharaj is saying, these great sages, they have come to bless, they have come to give favor. So, himself is taking a humble position. So you have all come to bless me, you have all come to guide me, you have all come to give your association. So you have no other reason other than that. Like that is showing the right attitude, about seeing the higher personalities, superior personalities, about able to recognize the devotees of the Lord. So our fallacy many times is we are not able to recognize the devotees, because unless we come to the Madhyama stage, we cannot recognize. So we are in this stage, the Kanishta stage is such that it's very difficult to understand the devotees, understand the higher personality. We cannot see. So unless we come to Madhyama platform, then we will be able to recognize, oh, here is a devotee, here is the Lord, here is a advanced devotee. So it's a mercy of the Lord by which we may be elevated, we may get that vision, we may get that qualification. So Parikshit Maharaj, a pure soul, taking a humble position, is saying like that. And definitely the sages are very exalted, is able to know their position, that they are all there to benefit everybody, every one of us. So he's rightly glorifying the sages. So the sages are glorifying Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj is also glorifying the sages. So they are fit to be glorified. The Lord is fit to be glorified. Similarly, his pure devotees, the great sages, they are also fit to be glorified. ततश्च वः पृच्छ्यम् इमं विपृच्छे विश्रव्य विप्रा इति कृत्यतायां सर्वात्मनां म्रियमाणैश्च कृत्यं शुद्धं च तत्रामृषताभियुक्ताः. O trustworthy Brahmanas, I now ask you about my immediate duty. Please, after proper deliberation, tell me of the unalloyed duty of everyone in all circumstances, and specifically of those who are just about to die. So, in this verse, the king has placed two questions before the learned sages. The first question is, what is the duty of everyone in all circumstances? And the second question is, what is the specific duty of one who is to die very shortly? Out of the two, the question related to the dying man is most important, because everyone is a dying man, either very shortly or after 100 years. The duration of life is immaterial, but the duty of a dying man is very important. Maharaj Parikshit placed these two questions before Shukadeva Goswami also on his arrival, and practically the whole of Srimad Bhagavatam, beginning from the second canto up to the last, that 12th canto, deals with these two questions. So in another way, so we hear Bhagavatam was started by the 6 questions by the sages. In other way, we can say it is there is about 2 questions by Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj asked 2 questions to the sages now. The same 2 questions he will ask to Shukadeva Goswami later in the chapter. So the whole Bhagavatam is an answer to that. And these are the most important questions. So what is the duty? What is our duty in this life? What is our duty? And particularly a person who is dying. A person is about to die. So the conclusion arrived at thereof is that devotional service to Lord Krishna, as it is confirmed by the Lord himself in the last phases of the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja is the last word in relation to everyone's permanent duty in life. Maharaj Parikshit was already aware of this fact, but he wanted the great sages assembled there to unanimously give their verdict on his conviction, so that he might be able to go on with his confirmed duty without controversy. So many controversies are there. So people bring up so many things. So pure devotion service. No, let us do some karma yoga. Let us do some charity. Let us do some gnana yoga. Let us do some ashtanga yoga, bodily exercises. So let us do this, let us do that. So many controversies, so many things people bring. No. Here it is said, the sages will give their unanimous verdict. But what is to be done? And without so Parikshit Maharaj is requesting the sages to please give your verdict. Give your verdict. What I have to do? And it is said here, some sages were like, somebody was saying something, they were in kind of a discussion. But when Shukadeva Goswami comes, then they unanimously agree he's the right person to answer. And then he gives, Shukadeva Goswami immediately starts saying pure devotion service, and then the path of pure devotion service, he proclaims. He immediately answers the questions on the dot. There is no confusion, there is no controversy, anything. Nicely Prabhupada is saying, for transcendental realization or self-realization, many processes are recommended by various classes of philosophers. Some of them are first-class methods, and some of them are second-class or third-class methods. The first-class method demands that one give up all other methods and surrender into the lotus feet of the Lord, and thus be saved from all sins and their reactions. Prema Pumarto Mahan. So Sadhya Sadha, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also clearly said when his discussion with the Pandits at Udupi, when he came, South India, the Tattvavadis, he said, what is the goal of life, or what is the means to achieve it? Or Sadhya Sadhana, what is the goal? The goal is to achieve Krishna Prema, and the means is pure devotional service. Pure devotional service of chanting, hearing, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So this is the first class method. So all other methods are second class method, third class method, fourth class method, 10th class method. So people say speculate. Kali Yuga means so many speculations, so many mantras people will invent. They will say, you chant this mantra, your life will be successful. You do this asana like this, you pull your hand like this, you pull your leg like this, the nose like this, then your health will be perfect, you will be successful in your business, you'll be successful in this life, that life. All bogus methods, 10th class, 10th, 50th class, 100th class methods. But Bhagavatam is given as the first class method. Tatra bhavad bhagavan vyasa putro yadrichaya gam atamano anapeksha alakshya lingo nijalabha tushto vrutascha baler avaduta veshaha. So now Bhagavan Vyasaputra Shukadeva Goswami has come. At that moment, there appeared the powerful son of Vyasadeva, who traveled over the earth, disinterested and satisfied with himself. He did not manifest any symptoms of belonging to any social order or status of life. He was surrounded with women and children, and he dressed as if others had neglected him. So the heroes of Bhagavatam, one hero is Parikshit Maharaj, and another hero is Shukadeva Goswami. So Shukadeva Goswami has come now. It is said, Avaduta Veshaha. So people cannot recognize it. Avaduta Veshaha. So people thought he's a madman, he's an urchin, he's something mental. So many women they were following, so many small boys they were following, because they were seeing some fun, something the boys were throwing stone or whatever. So whatever way, different ways they thought his appearance, they could not recognize him, they could not understand his position. So the most important thing, unless the person speaks, you hear the person, how will you come to know? So without hearing a person, we hardly come to know what a person is. So speech is the most important thing. So they will not hear what Shukadeva Goswami is saying. They saw his outward appearance. So they saw he's naked. So his hairs are shriveled, whatever. So they thought, so to take some enjoyment, some fun, some joke, so something, the people were there. They were all coming. But Shukadeva Goswami is a topmost transcendentalist, Mahabhagavata. And it is referred here as Bhagavan. So in connection with the Lord, The Lord is the only Bhagavan, actual Bhagavan, but pure devotees also, because they are in they're in intimate touch with the Lord, they are also told as Bhagavan. So otherwise, nobody else can be told Bhagavan. Bhagavan is exclusively referring to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna and his various expansions, Narayana, Narsimha. That is Bhagavan only for that Lord. And in connection with the Lord, such pure devotees, Bhagavan Narada, Bhagavan Vyasa, Bhagavan Shukadev Goswami, Bhagavan Vyasaputra, it is said. So not to any so-called impersonalist, not so-called yogi, so-called avatar. No, it is not. The Bhagavan is not to be. It's an insult to use the word so to other personalities without qualification. There is also here once more Prabhupada saying, for spiritual salvation, there are many prescriptions according to the different modes of different persons. But the ultimate aim of life is to attain the highest perfectional stage of devotional service to the Lord. As doctors differ, so also sages differ in their different prescriptions. While such things were going on, the great and powerful son of Vyasadeva appeared on the scene. So doctors, you go consult one doctor, or suppose you go to different field, one allopathy doctor, one Ayurvedic doctor, one homeopathy doctor, one Unani, one Siddha, so many naturopathy. Then you will get even more confused. So many prescriptions. So it says like that. Sages also differ in the prescriptions. But we are here for the great sages, when they are like that confused or whatever they're discussing. Shukadev Goswami has come, the supreme transcendentalist, great transcendentalist. So he will solve all the dilemma forever. Tam dvashtavarsham sukumara pada karor bahvamsha kapola gatram char ayato kshanasa tulya karnas subhvananam kambu sujata kantam. This son of Vyasadeva was only 16 years old. Dviashta. So 2 times 8, 16. His legs, hands, thighs, arms, shoulders, forehead, and other parts of his body were all delicately formed. His eyes were beautifully wide, and his nose and ears were highly raised. He had a very attractive face, and his neck was well formed and beautiful like a conch shell. So it is said, great personalities like this, even their physical appearance will be like that. Of course, Vaishnavas, it is said we should not see like that. Whoever becomes a Vaishnava, we should. But otherwise, a pure Vaishnava, a great Vaishnava like this, an Acharya like this, coming from the spiritual world, it is said even their physical appearance, even when it's not a material body what they have, their body is spiritual body. Ours is a material body. Depending on our karma, we got such kind of nose, such kind of eyes, such kind of ears, such kind of whatever our ugly appearance, whatever we got, or somebody got beautiful appearance. According to the karma, they are getting. But the pure devotees, they're all eternal associates. In the Vaikuntha spiritual world, everybody is beautiful. So it is his appearance, it is said, Shukadev Goswami was very, very beautiful, very, very attractive, very, very attractive. That's how all the women folk, they were following him, they were attracted to him, whatever way. This son of Vyasadeva was only 16 years old, everything. So, in fact, Srila Prabhupada also, somebody saw his hands also, so they can make one. And he said, you will construct 108 temples after 70 years. So many things are there, astrology, physiognomy, or so much sciences are there, so by which great personalities can be recognized. So Shukadev Goswami, respectable personality is described beginning with the legs. This is also very nice. Prabhupada is saying the system is that from the feet. For Lord also, when we take darshan, from the feet. So any respectable personality, it is said, described beginning with this. We see him also through the legs like that, or we describe the person from the legs. A respectable personality is described beginning with the legs. That is the way of showing respect. And this honored system is observed here with Shukadev Goswami. And Prabhupada is commenting about his age. He was only 16 years old, but still, age is not the only criteria. Generally, of course, elders are given respect. That is a Vedic culture. That is our etiquette. In the first chapter of Gita, Srila Prabhupada says, we should not even verbally retort back. That is what the standard Acharya has spoken in the first chapter of Gita. But otherwise, it is said, even apart from that, we can recognize a person, even though younger in age, but if he's spiritually advanced. That is more important to recognize. He said here, a person is honored for his achievements and not for advanced age. A person can be older by experience and not by age. So it is said here, he was just 16 years old, and the sages were all very learned, very advanced, very elderly. But still, as soon as Shukadeva Goswami Shukadeva Goswami came, they all stood up, they all respected him. Because they could all identify his advanced spiritual status. Actually, who is Shukadeva Goswami? Who is Shukadeva Goswami in his Mula Swarupa?
Parrot of Radharani.
Yes, thank you. So his position is very special. Srimati Radharani. So she is the supreme devotee, Halladini Shakti of the Lord, Supreme Mother. So her personal parrot, Shukadeva Goswami. So definitely, even though he's just 16 years old, he has come in this material world in a form like that. Everybody knows he's very, very advanced. His confidential Radha Krishna Leela, he is participant in that. Whatever, everything is, he knows. So they know him, they are all recognizing him. Niguda Jatrum Prututunga Bakshasam Avartanabim Valibalgu Dharamcha Digambaram Vaktra Vikirna Kesham Pralamba Bahum Swamarottam Abham. So it is said here, his collarbone was fleshy, his chest broad and thick, his navel deep, and his abdomen beautifully striped. His arms were long, and curly hair was strewn over his beautiful face. He was naked, and the hue of his body reflected that of Lord Krishna. So his color was of Krishna's color, just like Krishna's is Shyama, Mega Shyama, Shyama Sundara. So similarly, Shukadeva Goswami's also color is like that. His bodily features indicate him to be different from common men. All the signs described in connection with the bodily features of Shukadeva Goswami are uncommon symptoms, typical of great personalities, according to physiognomical calculations. His bodily hue resembled that of Lord Krishna, who is the supreme amongst the gods, demigods, and all living beings. Shyamam sadapi vyavayonga lakshmya srinam manogram ruchirasmitena pratyuttita ste munaya swasanebhyas tal lakshanagnapi guda varchasam. He was blackish and very beautiful to his youth. Because of the glamour of his body and his attractive smiles, he was pleasing to women. Though he tried to cover his natural glories, the great sages present there were all expert in the art of physiognomy, and so they honored him by rising from their seats. So it is said the whole assembly, everybody got up. As soon as Shukadeva Goswami came, he was surrounded by whatever the associate, their company there was looking like some village women, some so yeah, boys, playful boys. But the sages, they recognized, they could understand. Immediately they got up. Sa Vishnurato Atitaya Agataya Tasmai Saparyam Shirasa Jahara Tato Nivritta Abuda Striyo Arbaka Mahasane Sopa Vivesha Pujitaha. Maharaj Parikshit, who is also known as Vishnurata, one who is always protected by Vishnu, bowed his head to receive the chief guest, Shukadeva Goswami, so chief guest. At that time, all the ignorant women and boys ceased following Srila Shukadeva. Receiving respect from all, Shukadeva Goswami took his exalted seat. So they were all seated. So we have that beautiful picture. So Shukadeva Goswami is sitting above, and all the sages are all sitting surrounding. They are sitting lower down. So everyone in the meeting except Vyasadeva, Narada, and few others stood up because they are superior in age. Vyasadeva is his father, and Narada Muni is grand spiritual master. So they didn't stand up. Otherwise, all others, even though they are elderly in age, because father doesn't have to get up when son is there, or spiritual master, Narada is a grand spiritual master, he doesn't have to get up. So they didn't get up. Otherwise, all others, even though they were all pure devotees, they were all great sages, even though they are much elderly, they all got up. They all immediately they got up. And Parikshit Maharaj was glad to receive a great devotee of the Lord, bowed down before him with all the limbs of his body. So he must have done the Dandavat Pranam there, Ashtanga Pranam. Shukadeva Goswami also exchanged the greetings. So then Shukadeva Goswami also, with all other sages, accordingly. So he also, some people, it is said, he embraced, some people he shook hands, some people just with his head nodding, some people like his father and all, he bowed down, he was touching their feet, he was offering obeisances. So all those things happened when Shukadeva Goswami came. That scene, we can just imagine how the scene would have unfolded. And then these boys and the women which were there, they all ran away. They saw, yo, what is this? All these great sages. They could see all the great sages. So many people are there. Big assembly is going on, and he's a chief guest arriving here, and they just ran away from there. So they retired from their frivolous activities, and everything was full of gravity and calm. And then the last verse of the day. Sasamvrtastatra mahan mahiyasam brahmarshi rajarshi devarshi sangai verochatalam bragavan yatendur graharkshatara nikarai paritaha. Shukadeva Goswami was then surrounded by saintly sages and demigods, just as the moon is surrounded by stars, planets, and other heavenly bodies. His presence was gorgeous, and he was respected by all. So nice purport. Srila Prabhupada is telling, there were Brahmarshis, there were Rajarshis, there were Devarshis. So Devarshi, Narada Muni was there. Brahmarshi, Vyasadeva. Deva and Parshuram, Rajarshi. Rajarshi, not Raja. Rajarshi were the other kings. Great, okay, Parshuram, great ruler of the Kshatriya kings. Okay. But Prabhupada wants to say that he's a Rajarshi there, whichever way. Or other people might also be there who have renounced. So Brahmarshi, Devarshi, Rajarshi. So Parshuram is only referred to as Rajarshi, as we can see. Yeah. So it is said here, there may be such exalted people. There were rishis among Brahmanas. There were rishis among the Devatas. There were rishis among the Rajas. That means sage among the Brahmanas, sage among the Devatas, sages among the kings. So that is the exalted people. They are given the title Rajarshi, Brahmarshi, Devarshi. But it is said Shukadeva Goswami was much more advanced or much more respected than that. Shukadeva Goswami was not known as Brahmarshi, Rajarshi, or Devarshi, nor was he an incarnation like Narada, Vyasa, Parshurama, and yet he excelled them in respects paid. This means that the devotee of the Lord is more honored in the world than the Lord himself. One should therefore never minimize the importance of a devotee like Shukadeva Goswami. A devotee like Shukadeva Goswami, a pure devotee, should be properly offered respects. Sakshad haritvena samasta shastre tastata bhavita eva sadbi kintu praborya priya eva tasya vande guru shri charanaravindam. So I think my topic which was given, whatever. So I've just read through Prabhupada's purport only. I didn't say anything much for my own purification, for my own pleasure. Then there was a presentation for the this one, but it's very nicely done, the presentation. At least maybe I wish that presentation, the PDF can be shared with the devotees. There is nice thesis being done by Pran Chaitanya Prabhu, as I can see in the presentation, very detailed. Particular first shloka, association of devotees, he has given very, very nicely. Big thesis he has researched, churned through the different Bhagavatam examples, very nicely has done. So maybe we can share it and devotees can themselves read through. In the group, we can share the PPT or the PDF, whichever way, Mataji. I think that can be done.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Prabhu, I have a doubt, if I may ask.
Yeah.
The first verse speaks about that, he wants to be reborn among the devotee category, right, Prabhu?
Yeah.
That is in case he fails. So it is mentioned that
not in case he fails. No, he will not fail. He is
his assumption.
For us, yeah. For us, it is said, yeah. At least we can be born in that association. So it's a benchmark for us. It's a benchmark. We can aspire for that. We can at least pray to the Lord. Definitely, I'm not qualified. At least, my Lord, give me a situation that I can continue my devotees service.
And in that, he is talking about devotees as perfect human beings, right? This applies to Uttamadhikari, or even we'll fall under the category. Or even
so whatever we are trying to be devotees, So it's also said, so in somewhere Prabhupada says, even a Kanishta devotee is better than an impersonalist.
Oh, got it, Prabhu. So,
because impersonalists, they are not clear about the conclusion. They may be in higher gunas, achieved a higher position, correct? Almost liberated, they may become liberated. Sometimes it is said, but still they have remained a non-devotee. They have not become devotee. That way. Mayavadi, particularly. Mayavadi.
Got it. So all devotees come under the perfect human being category, irrespective of whether it's Uttamadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, or Kanishta.
So we were trying to be perfect. trying to be perfect.
Got it.
We're in the path of perfection.
Path of perfection. Hari Bol. Very nice. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Path to perfection. We have taken the path, on the way to Krishna.
Hari Bol.
The
Yes.
path.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you,
And one more thing, I think
Hare
Manasi
Krishna,
Mataji is
Prabhuji.
here.
Thank you.
Manasi Mataji is there. So
Thank
because
you,
her
Prabhuji. Hare
long
Krishna.
time Mataji Bhagavatam was supposed to be
Hare
sent.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Mataji, I saw the Bengali has come. It's printed in the BBT. So I'll place the order. Maybe tomorrow I should be able to do. They generally dispatch in 5 days time. We get in 5-6 days only. Then our people, our office people. So maybe by the end of let us hope by the Gaur Purnima, if you can get Bhagavatam, that would be nice.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
I'll stop like
Thank you,
this.
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, everybody.
Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Vancha
Krishna.
kalpataru
Thank you,
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Sindhu
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Devanam
Hare Krishna.
Pavanebhyo
Pranam.
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Grantaraj Srimad
Srimad
Bhagavatam.
Bhagavatam
Thank you so much,
Ki Jai.
Prabhuji.